The Valkyries have held you guys to your 3 lowest scoring outputs this season, and tonight was the lowest field goal percentage as a team you guys have had all season. What is it about their defense that is like so successful against you guys, and what can you maybe do if this was a potential playoff matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when they went to the zone, we were expecting it to, yet it still stumped us a little bit. You know, I think we were struggling with the scoring, especially when they were in their switching defense. And then going to the zone again, there was just like a lot of change-ups that I don't know if we adjusted super well individually or collectively to it. But yeah, they're one of the best defensive teams in the league, and they showed tonight why, because we've got so many offensive scorers, but tonight shots weren't dropping, and that made it even tougher.
What did this game teach you about what you have to do to win when shots don't fall?
Yeah, I mean, we need to really dig down defensively, and we've been saying that's been what we've been really trying to, focus on every single night. And I feel like tonight we were playing hard, but they hit some pretty tough shots as well. Some of their mid-range shots, I feel like that's how our defense also is structured, where we're really guarding the three-point line and the rim, and then they were knocking down some pretty tough contested shots as well in the mid-range, and it's sort of tough when it's consecutive shots like that in a row, and we didn't really get into our running game, and again, like, our shots weren't falling either, so it made it pretty tough tonight. Yeah.
Kind of just follow up on that. Early on, the ball's moving, Pauline was able to push pace a bit, and then some open shots just didn't fall. So, like, before the score got out of hand, was it just that the shots didn't fall, or was it a little more to that?
Yeah, I feel like in the beginning that, but then also maybe playing within our pace of the game. I think it got really rushed in moments, and we were rushed by how they defended us and the switching and the physicality as well. I think the game was very physical, and that rushed us in many moments, and not for the entirety of the game, but I think that there were some pretty poignant moments where we just needed to take a breath and slow it down a little bit, or just control the pace to how we play, and move the ball. And sometimes it's just getting off the ball and knowing, hey, it's going to come back, and sometimes I think either the ball gets stuck or we make really quick decisions.
Scoring against switches hasn't really been a huge problem for the team overall this year, but what do you think about the way they switched against you guys that gave you problems tonight?
I feel like they switched in a really aggressive way, and also they went to a smaller lineup. I mean, that's also why they put me in the 4 a bit, Leo in the 4-2, but they switch with physicality, so even when you do that slip, they were there and stopping that, and I think that's what we've managed to get against other teams with the switching, is that slip action and also just the roll and, playing to our size. So yeah, we weren't able to really maximise on that, yeah.
What did you make of the trap defense that you guys switched to in the fourth quarter?
That was, to be disruptive, to blitz the screens, also, the full court pressure. I thought that was good. It gave us some energy, and it sort of changed the tempo again. That's something that we're really needing to do, and I thought especially having, the likes of Leo, Beck, Gardner, Stewie up there and with their length was really good for us, but it was getting more than just 2 stops. I think we need to get 3 and then score on it and maximise, and it's something we weren't able to do tonight.
You guys had
the 22 points in the paint you guys scored tonight was tied for second fewest this season. And you talked about how you often go into the pick and roll and look for the slips and things like that. What do they do so well in terms of collapsing the paint and to make you guys stop when your primary actions are?
Yeah, I feel it's like their rotation defense as well. You feel like you might be open, but then they've got the helper there as well. I think they're really a connected team defensively, the way that they help each other, and you think that you might be open, but there's the help defender already there, and again with that physicality too. So sometimes you felt you had a lane and then it was just gone quickly. I feel like we didn't adjust well to that either, and then sometimes you've got that one movement and then you've got the next person, just having that vision to see it. Yeah.
Did they show you guys things that you hadn't seen from them before in the other matchups? Was that what made it so difficult?
I don't know about answering that question. I'm not 100% sure I can say that, but I mean, every time we've played them, it's been tough offensively for us. So we need to find, obviously, matching up is tougher against them. But yeah, in terms of other games, it's been the same thing where I think we've been rushed. I think that's been a big part of it.
You guys had 4 days off, and the Valkyries obviously playing on a back-to-back. When you come out and have like a game like this, is it frustrating? Is it disappointing? Like, what would you describe the feeling of the team?
I feel disappointed with this one, and a little bit embarrassed as well. I just don't think that we should ever lose like that on a home court. But I do think we're playing hard, we're playing with intent. It's just that we didn't find a way tonight. So I think it's just to have that day of regroup. Tomorrow we'll watch some film, and it's not to do a cliche, but you need to watch it to see, okay, this is where we need to improve, But yeah, it was definitely a disappointing one. because I feel like today was a bit of a step backwards. We'll do one more over here.
Hey, Beck. You mentioned that Golden State sort of sped you guys up a little bit. When that happens, what helps you guys as a collective sort of like slow yourselves down so to get back to your baseline?
Yeah, I think it's making sure we get into our positions. I think when we get sped up, we're not actually getting to our spots, and then the floor becomes smaller because you're not spreading it well enough too. So I think with that sped up, it's not just about the ball moving, it's where we are placed on the court too. So then it makes it a lot harder to find those lanes or any of that because you're sort of standing on top of each other. There's a bit of indecision, and I think that's where some of the problems can come from.
Thanks, Beck.
Cool. Thank you guys.
No,
yeah,
thank you. Beck, you guys had 4 days off, and the Valkyries are obviously playing on a road back-to-back, and Beck Allen just said that it kind of felt like today was a step back. How do you just feel about like the way that you guys came out today? Did you feel frustrated or disappointed in your guys' performance?
I mean, I feel like, progress is not a linear line. It can sometimes go up and down, and today was obviously not our best day. But I get some mention over here that, like, we definitely need to sit and watch this film, and it's good that it happened now before the playoffs so we can, like, learn from it. Obviously, the game didn't go at how we would like it to go, but if we learn from it, we'll be better moving forward.
Yes, we saw an aggressive defense. You were very involved in that in the fourth quarter. Would it have helped if that aggression, if you guys got into that earlier? Is that maybe a solution that you guys might consider moving forward?
That's a good question. I feel like when we weren't scoring. So, like, yeah, I think that's when we always need to put emphasis on defense. And, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's something great to consider. Yeah.
One or two more. As someone who likes to pick up full court, you want everyone kind of in the backcourt with you. That would be helpful.
You said, yeah. I mean, yeah. I think there's a group. It was like me, Leo, Beck Allen, Stewie, and I forgot who else was with them. Yeah, and Pauline. Yeah. To me, it's fun when you can like get up, press, and get out in transition. Like, I think that's fun, and I think like when everybody touches the ball and like scoring layups, getting the crowd involved, I feel like that's fun and it helps you win too. So I would love if we can do more of that moving forward.
How much do you guys feel like maybe you needed some energy plays defensively just to be able to get you guys going in transition, especially when the shots weren't?
Right, yeah. I mean, like I mentioned, when you're not scoring, the defense always needs to be consistent, and the easy ones in transition, like, help get you, like, that confidence and energy so that, like, if the half-court offense is not going well, once you see a layup go in, then it's like, okay, now I feel more comfortable, like, shooting in the half-court shot. So, yeah, we need that was something that we did in spurts, but, like, hopefully we can do in the longer spurts when our offense is not going well in the half court.
Thank you, Mitch. I guess what do you take away most from it?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like personally disappointed. I think we got really good looks. We just didn't make them. I think the style of play that they obviously want to play is slowing the game down, and I think we played it into their hands a little bit too much by just kind of conceding to that and slowing the game down ourselves, but then just kind of took us out of the way that we like to play, which is like fast, getting the ball out and going. So I think it was more maybe a learning experience for us to understand we can't let teams' defenses dictate what we want to do offensively, and we just have to play our style of basketball no matter what because we're talented and skilled enough to do so. So if anything, I think it's more of a learning experience really than a disappointment for me personally.
In that first quarter, it felt like you guys were the ones dictating the pace, and shots weren't necessarily falling, but then that turned to the second. What was it about their defense that might have changed things? Because it seemed like you guys picked it up again after half, and like you said, shots just weren't falling even when you got open looks.
I think they went small, and, in turn, that hurt us a little bit. They obviously were driving, kicking. They switched 1 through 5. They kept the ball in front. So I would say probably their small lineup is what maybe threw us off a little bit. And then I think just not hitting shots, obviously, it's tough. They're not taking it out of the basket, and they're able to play fast as well.
And when you're going against a team that is rotating so well and always kind of anticipating the next play, even when you guys get open looks, does that sometimes speed you guys up, do you think?
No, I mean, we had a couple days to practice it. Like, we knew the looks we were going to get. Just one of those nights where the ball doesn't go in. But, we had good looks. I think we probably need to do a better job of getting the ball inside. Obviously, we have clear mismatches in the paint, but it wasn't a game that we really did that. We really spaced the floor out and kind of shot a lot. So I think, if anything, maybe there's more opportunity for us to use our size advantage than what we really did. And I think we played into their hands a little bit. Obviously, we know they rotate really well and are anticipating the next pass, but we got good looks. Like, we were able to get in the paint, drive and kick.
Kind of following up on that, a couple players last practice mentioned Golden State size, and you, I guess, using your size, taller players could be an advantage against smaller teams, but didn't work out in tonight's game. Is there something different about Golden State's personnel that isn't, I guess, you guys couldn't use your size as an advantage against them compared to other teams, or it might have worked?
I mean, we didn't even go to it, to be honest. I think we did a couple times, and we got good looks, but I mean, they're tough the way that they trap the box. Like, sometimes you want to pass it low, but you see someone on the backside, you don't want to put your bigs in a position where they're set up to turn the ball over. So, I mean, it's tough. They know that they're at a disadvantage most of the nights, and they discourage the pass. Like, the low man's there, they're fully fronting, making you try and throw it over the top with someone on the backside. So I think that's obviously, they understand that, they know, and they make it difficult for us. But I think there's definitely other ways that we can find advantages. I think Stewie did a good job. She found some quickly in transition where she was able to just post up and get her the ball and find ways to operate in spacing.
When you think about the season series against the Valkyries, what are some positives that you can take away from the season from the series with the Valkyries?
I mean, I think it's not really about like the wins and losses, really. I think it's understanding how we can be better at different styles of play. I think this year, like, we've gotten better at understanding how to play slow. Like, last year we would have not really felt really comfortable playing slow, and I think this year we've done a much better job of kind of balancing fast and slow, and their zone obviously kind of made us play a little bit too slow. But I think just understanding the way that they play, how hard they play, you kind of have to be able to be on for 40 minutes, and challenges you, but makes you better for sure.
Sabrina, you've played with Kayla Thornton and Kia Stokes, so how have they helped Golden State make their, particularly on the defensive side, how have they made Golden State's grit look great out there?
Yeah, I mean, I played with KT a lot more than Kia Stokes. I think I might have had 2 games with Kia Stokes. My rookie season. She was here in 21?
For a couple.
Yes.
Huh?
For like 3 or 4 games.
Oh, okay. So I'm accurate.
Let's call it 5.
I'm accurate.
You are.
Close enough.
But I'm really happy for both of them. Obviously, they were great teammates for me to be around. I had Kia my rookie season, which was really fun for the few games I was there. But just who she is as a person, to see her evolution as a player, how she's fit into like that organization and team so well, her ability to play really, really tough defense and block shots, and then obviously KT, what she does every night, her aggressiveness, her ability to just be a really good team player, and someone who you can always rely on. I'm just really happy for both of them, and
This is a stretch of the season where playoff seeding is starting to matter a little bit more with every win, every loss. Is there a best case scenario for the Liberty, worst case scenario? Do you think about that in terms of the seeding?
No, I mean, not really, because there's so much that's like out of our control when it comes to that. But, obviously I'd say so much that goes into like how you match up against teams, and sometimes you might be a lower seed, but then it ends up being better for you. You could be a higher seed and it ends up being worse. Like, there's so many kind of scenarios that you can play, because a lot of the times it's who you're matched up against, when you're playing, how far are you traveling. Like, there's so many things that are out of our control. So I think for us, like, I know we've never talked about it as a team, like where we fall. We understand we got to be peaking at the right time and playing our style of basketball and feeling really good. And I think knowing you can kind of have a fresh start when the playoffs come and put everything behind you in the regular season.
Thanks,
I just wanted to know. I know it's only one more game until the break, but until the break in the season, how are you planning to utilize that time for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, training for sure. Using kind of that time that I've never really had in the middle of a season to just continue to get really healthy, take care of my body, feel really good. But yeah, I mean, train. Hopefully can have really fresh legs, can feel really good and in rhythm come the last 4 games of the regular season, and then